Greetings. I look forward to hopefully many people joining us today. It would be great to see some people on here, but for those who are clocking the stream afterwards, I know there has been quite a number of you watching my previous ones, and I'm very grateful for that. And I hope you enjoy this one too. We're once again back to Baling, mainly because there's not a whole lot else to do. We did a little bit of potato harvesting last episode, and that seemed to go all right. Again, it was a little bit long-winded, but yeah. So what I've decided to do today is I am going to stream a little bit of baling, mainly because I'm going to be baling for ever and a day at the moment on this map. But I just wanted to show off my low loader more than anything. That was my main reason for coming on today. I want to give it an hour or two on here, but I've also mastered a little bit of the course playing, getting sometimes, it doesn't happen all the time, but I'm sure it's by accident. I've managed to get the balers actually baling automatically without me having to control them. Sadly, my low loader worked for one field, and then ever since then, it tells me it's full every time, so I don't know, that's a problem that maybe someone has a solution to in the comments after, and that would be quite handy. I've been that long setting up my stream, I've actually forgotten where I'm driving to with this. So just bear with me while I try and work it out. Certainly it's going to be somewhere around about the hundreds. We'll see what we can find, and yeah, hopefully we're not lost forever in the middle of NJ. Oh, that potato harvester, and there's some bales there. That looks a promising place, so we can at least be loading up some of the bales. But before I start loading up the bales, I just need to make sure none of my workers are slacking off, because we can't have that, can we? So let's see. Oh, we've had a crash. So that is because I've not been manning the fort. So he can come off there. And I just need to have a quick look around to see where he should be going next. Is that a field there, maybe? If that's not a field, then he could be heading off to join the mower. Not far from home, really. So, as you can see, this is a silage bales being done on 110. That is because I must have accidentally taken on that, because my actual goal with this whole thing was that we did just the hay bales today, and there's been a couple of fields which one was deliberate because I was testing something out, and the other one, 110, was an accident completely, and I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I may have done that one by mistake, but it's okay. It's not a problem. It will get done eventually. So we're going to set this guy off and running. So he needs to forget about that course. So I don't think we'll do a headland for this one. It's not a very big field. Anything else that we need to adjust for that? No. Generate. Then we want to get him on the way. Start job. And hopefully that will mean he will go and do that now. Shall we come off and just check? Well, he seems to be preparing to do something anyway, so that's a good start. That looks good. Okay, so now what we want to do is take that, and I don't actually know if I'm doing this completely correct. Oh, what number field was it? It's gone out of my head, I'll have to have a quick look. Where are we? So it is... Oh, there it is down there, I can't quite see it. Oh, it's field 105. So, if we go back to where we were. I'm all confused already. This is not a good start to the live stream. It's not always this bad, honest. So if we do windrow 105 14.8, that just tells me how big the windrow is, and we've got that. We saved the course, and that's that. And so we should be able to see the baler go the same way because of that. Not totally sure why he's got such a short turnaround there, but we'll let him do his thing, and hopefully it will be right. So this baler is finished with there. Let's just see what a job he's done, because it was quite a big field. We'll eject the bales that he's got in. Oh, he's not done too badly actually. There is a little bit that's lower the pickup. There is a little bit that's been missed. But they are pretty big swabs, and these balers do seem to struggle to pick the whole swab up. So, yeah, if you tuned it in, don't forget, leave a message in the chat. I don't know how many we've got on at the moment, but it'd be really great to hear from you. And so, I'm just cleaning up this field a little bit before I empty all these bales off with the low loader. Oh, looking away then. So whack it around, get some of these bigger bits. Right, so what number is this? This is 94, so he needs to be heading to 95, or is there any over here that need doing? Let's see what's over here. Well, that is one that's been wrapped, so we don't need him to go there. So I think we'll let the windrow get ahead before we go and stick him on there. What have we got here now? Why are you not going anywhere? Is it because of that bale, maybe? Just roll it out of the way for him. So that's something I'm beginning to learn fast. You need to not do the headland first. If you do a headland, the baler seems to get stuck on the bales that he's dropped. So that's one to note for next time. Although the next field that I've got a baler going to is not going to be one where we do a headland. If they're pretty small, it's not really worth doing it. So I'm going to try this again while we're on live stream, but it hasn't been working for the whole of the thing. But in theory, I mean, these balers, when you do them automatically, they are missing some quite a substantial amount of the swabs. But right, so let's just have a quick go, see if it will collect any. And no, it just says it's full. That's all it's doing over time, and I don't know what it is that I'm doing wrong with that, but it's not doing it. It did it for the first field, no problem, and then after that, it's not doing anything. So, like I say, if you know the solution to the problem, leave a message for me in the comments, and I will give a try to anything that might make a difference. But at least it gives me something to do. I get to drive my whacking great trailer around for a bit. I actually got the trailer to try and speed up the travelling between jobs, so a lot of the equipment, like the mowers and stuff like that, and the baler, in fact, got brought down on the back of this low loader. Then I realised it could actually handle the bales as well. I wasn't even aware of that. And I don't just mean handle them as in you can stack them on it. I knew you could do that. But why would you do that when you could just drive up and pick them up with one of the trailers that they give you in the when you borrow the items? So they would have been much quicker. But for this auto-loading feature, the only annoying thing is you have to stop every time you want to pick them up, which is not too much of a hardship, but it is something. I need to get rid, if I can, of that, because while that is up, I can't look around. So if you look, it has to be stationary before it will pick up. That is what that message is that keeps cropping up. But, I mean, the money doesn't look great at the moment. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. Ignore that. It wasn't me. So, I don't know if it picked the bale up. No, it didn't. So, why was that? Oh, what have I done? Jumping out of it's killed it. I'll have to put that on so I can see what's going on. Can't see anything obvious there. Let's drive away from it. And there you go, it wasn't picking it up very well. Now it's got it. Maybe I was too close to it and it was missing on the magic sensors that it's got. It's very slow, this wagon, when it's turning. But it's definitely reduced the amount of trips that you have to make to the store. And that is a big difference, really. I think I made 2 trips. The first time was when it was saying it was full when it wasn't. And then the second time I was really full. But I think with the amount of bales I had on, it completed 3 or 4, maybe even 5 different contracts that we had going. So it definitely is a massive time saver in that respect. The biggest challenge is getting it round the little tiny streets that we have here. I mean, once you're on the main road, it's pretty straight, but it's getting it onto the roads and particularly in and out of the shop is pretty horrendous, if I'm honest. For some reason, on the right turn coming out of it, it gets stuck. I don't know what the reason for that is, but it does it. So don't forget to leave me a message. Let me know that you're enjoying the content. If that's on the day or before, after the event. Can't do it before the event, honest. Come on, Stevie. I know it's been a long day, but it's actually Valentine's Day when I'm recording this, so I hope that all you fellas have remembered to spoil the missus. I mean, last time I did this, I was competing with the Super Bowl. Now I'm competing with meals with the wife. I've got to win at least one of those battles, and I didn't win the Super Bowl. So who knows? I don't think it'll take any more after this one. I think that will be it. I mean, if you look how many litres we've got, though, that is pretty impressive. So what I'll do, I'll just drive up to another one and See what it says. It does say that we can load it. Then it says no, we can't. Okay, no problem. So what I'm going to do is send this guy to field number 1 so that we can go and make sure that everybody's working again. No slacking off while I've been busy. Set destination, field number 1. There we go, off you go. I have turned traffic up again because with these big vehicles going around, it was impossible. I mean, we were getting nowhere with it. Right, that baler is now able to go. It's already saying that he's got blocked by an object. Right, so we do that. That needs to be at the first. It needs to forget that. No course. Click to that. 105. Load course. Activate. Back. So we can see he's running on exactly the same course as the other. That will do me. Go and knock yourself out, my man. Oh. Oh, right, yeah. I forgot that. First swerve is the return trip because for some reason there's a really short bit there. I presume that's just to make it fit the thing. So what I want to do with this field is very quickly get ahead. And what I want to make sure here is that there's no white bales blocking the headland. Let's have a quick look in third person. So, yeah, so I think that's all right. Let's have a good look at him working there. He's doing a good job. It's so much more enjoyable, the baling, when you haven't physically got to bale every single one, because that was the biggest problem with that. I didn't really want to do that then, but we did it, so it's too late. Right, so this now needs to tether 31. The mower is not quite finished there. So actually we'll go with the course play on this one and let course play deal with it. So that's no course, no headland, generate and start. So let's see what it does now. So yeah, you're still going, you're still going. You need to give me control. For some reason you've missed an entire strip. I'm getting shouted at because my wagon is clearly stuck somewhere. There's a particular van parked in a car park on this, and for some reason every single one of my tractors seem to find it. I mean, it's in a car park at the side of a building in between some trees, and I don't understand why on earth they're going for it. This is acting like it's missed a complete headland or something, and I never said it to go to any headlands. So we're going to have to get a shift on just to get this actually into the right place, I think. So it's just randomly stopped there. I don't understand these things. I really don't. Said it before, I'll say it again. I think the AI doesn't stand for artificial intelligence. It stands for absolutely zero intelligence. Right, so that's that one done. You can, oh well, I'll tell you what. I was going to send him to field 20, but since it's only here, might as well just. And to be honest, although I've just been complaining about the AI, this, I think I'll do a headland, just to get him away from them, because he will get stuck against them. So if I do that, I think I switched it off, not on. So yeah, if we do that, then he's not going to get too close. To them telegraph poles, which is where they usually get hooked up. Right, so get him into position now, and then we'll let the worker do his stuff. They're so square stroke rectangular, these, that most of the time just Joe Blogg's helper can do a lot better than the course. Well, said not a lot better, but the same job as the courseplay guy. So he's okay. He's still going. He's still going. And my truck, even though he's allegedly blocked by an object, he's made it all the way. That trailer is from the potato harvester. I just dumped it once I'd finished with it. I think that trailer made that harvesting job as hard as anything else, because it was just so slow at emptying. It was ridiculous. But you can't empty it without going away from it. So we got ourselves around. This truck's so long that we can't fit all the bales in the drop-off zone at the same time. Oh, I didn't quite line that up right, did I? So come back a bit. I do try and keep as close to the building as I can, just because it loads to the left. So we'll get the front off first. So we have to take all of the straps off before we unload. Off they go, and the other ones haven't come off this time. Usually they come off. Well, that'll save us. So there's a couple of contracts been caught up there. They've gone now. So let's see where that leaves us with the contracts. Come on, you can do it. Of course, I'm doing an absolute shed load of contracts again. Look at all these ones that are complete. So we've got the harvesting one, the baling ones, and I can't complete them properly because obviously I need the equipment. Because this is one thing about this farm, if you're new to this and not seeing my other ones, I actually do not own a tractor. Not a single one. We'll be able to afford one after doing these, because this is going to be about $250,000. But we're going to be looking at buying some land. And I don't know. Yeah, I didn't buy the land I said I was going to buy last time, because I thought if I do these baling contracts, we can buy one of the bigger fields, and that will really set us on the road to glory, I think, having a big field, before we consider whether to have that little field. So that's the one that's got silage bales, and that's one that's got silage bales on. So if you look at that, we're practically done in terms of the hay bales. So that's fine. Now we've got the fun bit. So I need to get rid of that again, because otherwise I can't see. Doesn't let me adjust my left and right view when I've got that there. So, and it doesn't let me zoom out so that I can just see a bit further behind me. Right, whack it round. Oh, I've gone too fast round. I didn't want to do that. So, try and follow it around. Got to keep it as far away from that building as I can, else it won't let me turn. Not that I've learned that from experience. So wait till we feel the bump. There it is. Are we too close to the building again? No. Oh, look at that. Just about. That was all almost done to perfection. And now this is the fun bit, because we need a run up, because otherwise it just gets stuck at the top of this road. It beaches, and it's really hard to get it through. But at the same time, we've got to make the turning. Oh no! Oh, I jumped out of it. That is not good. I've just lost every bit of momentum. So we're going to get stuck. Oh no, we've done it. That's good. That's good. It's just what we needed. Tell you what, your view out of this thing is not very good, is it? So, right, so now I can go back to third person. And I haven't got a clue where else I've got to pick bales from. There's quite a lot of places, but I'm actually wondering if my pickup will pick bales up. I might give it a go. Not because I think it'll work, or I need it to work particularly. It's just with 99% of the last one done, and the rest of the hay bales I can keep if I want. Do I do it, or do I just cash in on them all? I think I'll just cash in on them all. We want as much money as we can get from these. So yeah, I've got to cash in on them all. That's a decision made. So I don't know why I've decided to come this way. It's a different way than we normally come, but I'm sure there'll be a good reason for it. I just haven't thought of it yet. See if I can get him on cruise control so I can take a drink. And apparently he's not on cruise control. Wow, I've got that set at 67 mile an hour. That's going to cruise big time, isn't it? So I need to straighten up. Let's just stop and see where we are. So this is 63. This is one of the fields that we've done. There's another field over there, which is one of the fields that we've done. Just see the green. There's a few fields over this way, and I've got a feeling there's definitely some bales over here. This is the nice thing about not having the traffic on, is I can just fly across these corners without worrying. I suspect if we do the silage ones, this is one of the fields we'll have to do. It's a pretty big one for silage bales. But actually with the automation, it's not so much of a task. So yeah, so that is the other silage bale field. I just want to double check something here. Yeah, that's going to let me load that, I think. So yeah. So left shift and I. Yeah, there we go. I've put it back because I don't need to do it yet. So I just wanted to check this field has had all of its bales gone, but it looks like it has. So this is 47. So do I do it while I'm here? Yeah, oh go on. We'll do this silage field first. I mean, the silage ones are the ones that are going to make us the most money when it comes to the payouts. And I'm not going to do... There are a lot to... Oh, I did the wrong one there. There aren't... there are a lot of silage contracts to be done, but I'm not going to try and do them all on the live stream because it just take too long. I mean, you're talking probably 4 or 5 hours worth of work still to be done in the silage bales. Even with the automation, it does take a long time. I mean, I've probably taken a couple of hours, maybe even 3 hours, but there has been like stops for a meal and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of work goes into what what you see behind the scenes. So when I come on and collected these bales, I think it was probably maybe 5 hours ago I was collecting them. I haven't been driving all I haven't been on the game all that time, obviously, but certainly it makes it a long, long day. And you can see why on some of the live streams that I've been doing, by the end of it, I'm absolutely cream crackered out on the game. And I mean, I won't forever in a day have all this time. I'm only on a temporary spell where I could actually do many live streams. So I thought I'd get as many in as I could before I went back to work. And this is it's proving good fun. I'll be a little bit sad when I do finally go back to work because, you know, this is so much better. I drive for a living, so it's not like I'm doing anything that is new to me. But yeah, it's certainly been good fun to be able to chat along, predominantly to myself, but obviously people are watching after the event, and that's really encouraging to me. I'm getting better and better view numbers with every video that I do. And in terms of my videos, I do recommend that you have a quick look at the Hack of the Day videos that I've done, but also the little roleplay series that I've started. It is continuing. The videos are a bit slow coming out, but that's because of how slow I am at editing, basically. There is another video in the pipeline. I've just started it, but you're basically condensing sometimes 3 or 4 hours worth of playing time into a video, and you've got to know what bits to cut out and what bits not, and it does honestly take me a long time to do the editing that I do. And I doing it all myself, and I've never done it before. It's all pretty new to me. And I'm new to YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff. So I've been working out the recording software. I've been working out how to upload them onto YouTube myself. My kids are well up on how to do it, but it's pretty hard to tie them down. Every now and then they rescue me out of a hole when I can't work something out. But yeah, it's been an adventure. I'm not a young guy in the terms of technology. You know, it's not something that I've grown up with. When I was a child, we were playing Sega Master Systems and Spectrum ZXs and Commodore 64s. I probably didn't play overly during the Xbox 360 and Xbox One sort of era. I was probably off computer games by then, working many hours a week, but sort of circumstances of life has forced me to slow down recently, and so I've been able to get into Farming Simulator. I would never profess to be an expert at the game. I'm learning things every day and still trying to get certain features to work that I see other YouTubers doing a really great job of using, and for me they're just something that is there to drive you up the wall. Right, so where are we going to go next? So I reckon back towards 94, 95. What I don't know now is whether I'll have to do the rest of the silage bales for this low loader, because it might not take the square bales as well as them. But I don't think that's a problem. I think we could just do that anyway. But it would have been handy just to get a couple of hay bales on it. In fact, here's a field. Now, what number is this? This is 94. So if it doesn't let us on, at least we know to remember to come back here. Let's see what it says. Start loading. Oh, it does do it. It does do it. So what this might do, if it takes them, I need to double check that they're all going the same place actually, because that might be a bit of a disaster. I believe all the hay was going to the same place, which is why they're practically complete now. Come on, you can do it. It's very slow when it's trying to accelerate and turn at the same time, this lorry. But I have to say, I'd never driven a truck before in Farming Simulator, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this one. I just thought, although I'm not on a particularly big map, I thought that if we could get something that was really big to do particularly I was thinking the grain, we could make a killing on the contracts. But sadly, this particular, I don't know whether it's the map or just this year in the map, we didn't get given many contracts at all for harvesting. And you know, I tried every trick in the book to get the harvesting contracts, but it just wasn't happening. Now this might be full. It might be. There's not much space at the back, and it might have been more prudent to go for round bales. Oh, I'm not pressing the left shift. Right, so it can't take any more from that size. Let's see if it can take any silage ones. It might get 2 more on. It's only stacking them 2 high, which it stacks the square bales 3 high, so it doesn't quite carry as many. So it's just rolled too far there. So that's 1. And I think this will be the last one that it takes, but we'll try more just in case it will go 3 high, but I'm pretty sure that it's only going to go 2 high, so unless it can fit in that corner. But it can. We're getting 1 more on. I mean, if I had another loader, I think that I could have stuck some more bales on the top, but I would have had to manually do it. Yep, so that's it. So we're full again. So let's get him off the field, because otherwise he will crash into a bale, get stuck, and we'll have to come and rescue him. Right, so he's off the field. That was pretty quick though, that. I was quite impressed with how quickly we did that. So, actually, that field's completed itself now, and I haven't even taken the hay to it, but... So we can pick what we do with them hay bales. We can collect them ourselves, take them back to the farm, or we can go back to the shop. I've just forgotten what I was doing. It's not like me. I would say I'm going senile in old age, but actually it's probably more to do with tiredness. I am in the UK, so, you know, it's 11:15 at night now for me. I've basically done a few days where I've been streaming. I've been streaming quite long hours, really, just so that I could get into the habit of it. It's not going to be something that I can do forever in a day, but it'd be good to for you if you're watching. It'd be good for you to just say hello in the chat. It'd be nice for me to know who it is that is watching, and what you're up to. Are you playing on Farm Sim? Are you new to watching my stuff? Do you produce your own stuff? Always interesting to meet other people who are either more experienced or like me, just trying to work the way around the YouTube adventure. Right, so where we got to go with this guy now? So he's just come off 105. I think that he needs to go to 31, so we'll do that. And I think what I might end up doing in the near future is so this guy needs to go to 20. I think what I might do in the near future, I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, what I might do in the near future, I remembered now, is I'm going to perhaps buy a dirt bike, which I've had in virtually every series that I've had. I love the dirt bike. And what I might do with that dirt bike is just have a quick sprint around the map to make sure that I haven't missed any of these fields. It's only a couple of grand for this dirt bike, so let's get the worker going with that. I think you're done with now, so let's make sure we got the that's something that we need to remember with this guy, is make sure that he gets all of it, because sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, I don't know if you're like me, when you're listening to other live streamers, you might be playing on Farm Sim or another game yourself, and I'll just be interested to know what it is you're watching, what it is you're playing on, or are you quite literally just watching some crazy Englishman talk to himself? So that's that. You can go and have a rest now, because I think, I might be wrong, but I think you've done all of your jobs now. So you can park up. Why have you stopped there? Any particular reason? I can't see one. So cancel that. Set destination. I don't actually know why we're having to do that again. Sometimes you get these glitches with saying he's blocked by an object, but he isn't. We'll drop them bales there. Oh, it's only one. And you need to head over to 31 now. Try my best not to drive on the fields all the time, but sometimes. I haven't got my steering wheel on today, so it's computer keys, which is not the most ideal way of controlling these, because it's either flat out or not going at all. It's either full lock turning or not turning at all. It's quite a challenge. So I still can't see why that is not moving. I think I'm gonna have to drive him on a bit or something. Is he wrapped around a post? I'm gonna have to get out and look, aren't I? There's nothing. Oh, there is a post. Let's see if we can pull it out from under him. I need to come off that. And there you go, problem solved. Trenton Avenue was the problem. So now what was I driving? That windrow can. So we'll bring him onto here. We need to do this one by a course play so that we can get the. So no course. Do we want a headland in this one? I don't think we do. We'll try it without. And up and down. So generate that. Open it. And start the job. Check he's on the first waypoint. And Create new folder, windrow 31, 14.8. Okay. Say, oh no, darn it, I hope not. So save course, activate, and it's just 31. Okay. Seems to be going further than the field by the looks of it, but hey ho, there's something else going on somewhere. Oh, come on. The lack of intelligence. So, oh. And it's looking like my wagon's had another hissy fit as well. So that is that done with. So you can disappear out of the way. So this was the one that I was actually driving. I've forgotten what field I was going to now. It's that long ago. Must be 31. We're actually only a couple of fields away in terms of the baler, and I think my wagon has given up. Yeah, I think with the automation, it's made it a lot less taxing on me. You know, there's been a lot to manage that's been going wrong, but in fairness, that was happening before. So actually, yeah, and I probably don't want to send this baler just yet because the windrow is only on his second pass. So we'll just park him there. He looks like he's done, so we'll just tidy up his in a minute. But we'll remove the wagon from the bushes, and I think we'll take him ourselves because he's not getting anywhere, is he? At least you got the whole of the road when there's no traffic, so I can't understand why he keeps crashing. It doesn't make sense, really. Oops. Good job I saw that biogas plant there. It's just reminded me to double check that the silage bales are going where we're taking them. So silage bales to the farm shop south. Oh my word. What a nightmare. That's a different place. So these are, it's not telling me now. Yeah, both of them are south. And I was already down that way. I've got to turn around. Right, so I've got to find the place because I don't actually know where that is. We've never been there before. So presumably it's down here somewhere. Bakery. Oh wait, there's a change in the symbol for where you want to go, isn't there? So it's not going to be there. Ah, there it is. So it's right by the very fields that we just flipping brought it from. Unbelievable. So if I tag that place. Oh, I don't believe it. Can you believe we were almost there? I'm going to have to try and keep the hay bales separate now. I think I'm just going to keep the hay bales again. We've got a silo which has got quite a lot already. I think we'll just put some more in. It's the only thing the silo's being used for at the moment, so we'll never run out of hay, that's for sure. Right. So presumably there is a road that cuts that way. At least while we're on the straight we can keep nailing it along. think we're coming to the end of the map, and there's no... oh, no! We're down a dead end. Oh, and I've been down this dead end before. Trees everywhere, if I remember correctly. Well, we need to head back inland a bit, because otherwise we're going to be having a few issues, because some of these are blind alleys into a shed load of trees. Right, so it was near 110, wasn't it? And we're not far away from 110 here. There's some more bales. Actually, when we've collected the next lot of bales, at least we know it's not very far to where we're supposed to be going. We've just done a bit of a roundabout because I forgot to check before we... Right. And because we've not been here before, I don't know how big the area is. And it looks tiny. But it's got 2 entrances, which is a plus, I would say. So, I think everything seems to empty off left. I don't know if I can change that, but because it... And I'll tell you what, that post has got no chance. Wow, this is going to be hard. You're not allowed to laugh. Whatever happens now, you are not allowed to laugh. But that post literally has no chance. Need to get as close to that tree as possible. Whack it around. Try and get it so I can see something. Have we missed it? I don't believe it. We've missed it. So now what? So where do we drop it? I reckon we drop it there. But I have no idea. But I can't turn. Can't turn. Can't turn. Oh no. We're going to get stuck. Oh, we didn't get stuck. We did it. Right. So, what do we need to do? Take off the things. Oh, and it's just sold them ones straight away. And we've finished one of the contracts just by doing that. And even though we've barely touched 110, we've actually got rid of some of them. Oh, it's selling the hay, which I didn't intend for it to do, but right, so how do we get them back on now? Oh, there we go, got it. Oh, no, that's not the ones we wanted to load. Come on. I think we're going to have to get out and roll the bales. Because we can't lift them, they're too heavy. But we can drag them. Honest. There was no cheating here whatsoever. I can't get down there. I can't get it. Oh, what a disaster this is. Oh, there you go. If I slide it to there. There we go. Now the others should disappear when we drive through. That's my hope. Yes. Now, if I aim this wagon to straight across some grass there, look at that. I tell you what, that was a tough one to deal with. Look how close we were, and I've driven for miles. Unbelievable. What an idiot. So, just so I remember, I need to get rid of that. So, makes you wonder why some of these guys don't have the grass bales taken to that farm shop. Instead of making me traipse every time, all the way to the far end of the map, when there's literally a buyer just round the corner from them. But we're beginning to see our tally creep up. Right. It's a shame you have to be completely stopped and press a button. Some of the wagons that you get, you just drive near them and they pick up the bales. But I should be so lucky. Just have a quick gander at that again, but it's not having it. There must be a way of doing it, but I can't figure it out. I think they're just scared. Right. Hey up, buddy, you okay? Good to see you again. Ever faithful? Is anybody else out there? Then feel free to say hello. Be good to know who's out there. And if you watch it after the event, please drop a like and a comment. It'd be really great to hear from you. So there's actually a lot of silage bales come out of this. Makes me wonder if we could have done a bigger size with the bale wrapper and reduced the number that we collected. But at least we know now we haven't got far to travel. Come on. There we go. So once we're full, we've literally just got to go across that field there, get ourselves stuck and all that, you know. I think that was definitely the best way to go in and out though, because at least with that way you had room to straighten up before you got to the trees, and also you didn't when you came out again the other side you had that piece of grass to aim for, which meant that you could go out at an angle without too much risk, which made it a little bit better. I have to say it's one of the worst areas that I've had to go in with this wagon so far. But we can take it even wider because that grass, I mean, it's probably somebody's garden, so we probably shouldn't be doing it. But yeah, it's something that we can do. At least we know that we can get in and out of there. He says that you watch the next time I'll be stuck. I want to see if I can try and angle this so I'm just in the middle of these and it picks up both sides. I don't think it will, but we'll try. Nope, not quite. Would have been nice. We'll just sped things up a little bit. The only other thing I could do is that. Sort of snake up. But it's still annoying because it's the longest bit is actually getting going. Once we've got going, it's not so bad, but just getting it moving is always the biggest challenge. And if getting it moving means it takes a long time and then we're instantly stopping again, that's not really very helpful. Will this one trigger? Yes. So we're running out of space now. How are we doing for time? So we've been on nearly an hour already. It's amazing how quickly time flies when you're having fun. Sadly, most of the money that we're making is for somebody else, but we do very well out of it. You know, these are contracts that absolutely change the game. Without these contracts, it would take us an awful long time to be able to buy these fields either side of us. And who knows, do all of these baling contracts, which obviously I won't do them all on live stream, but do all of these baling contracts and we'd be able to buy both of them. I don't know if I would do that. Are we full? Is that it? Is that all it's going to let us have? No, we are still going. So we kind of that baler to stop right by that bale. But there's always one way of moving it. Uh-oh. Don't get stuck though. Don't get stuck. Oh! Nobody was there to show me. I'm not too worried. I don't own it. It's somebody else's anyway. So now that is probably it. I think. Oh no, there's a space back there. Why? What's wrong with that space there? Let's see if I go a bit further. There's a space. I'm not having this. We got to fall out over this. Right, so you didn't see me do this, but it's only because the game's playing up. So what do I need to do? Oh, not that. I've clicked off the game. You can still see what I can't see. Oh, grab hold of that. Down and up at the same time. And so that's there like that. And up. Turn it around. See what? How is the loading area full? I can see the space. There you go, see? You lied to me, telling me it was full. Tell you what, if this completes this field before all these have been collected, we are going to be in the money. I don't know if it will or not, but oh, I've gone too far. I was counting the bales on the back. And the worst thing is I can't remember what I counted. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 32, 30. I think there's 40 bales on there, but don't quote me on it. Right, so we want to get as far onto these, head for that tree. Now I can't see, so we need to stop. Oh, look at that, line out perfectly. Like a pro. I think once you get the hang of these things, it's not too bad. So do that, and the front one should sell. And then take the back ones in slowly. And where did we get to? 96%. Is that it? You're not going to add any more? So basically a few more bales and then the rest are all going to be money for us, which is something that I am quite happy about. Oh, straight up, straight up. Just about got out of there then. I've just realised the time in game and it's actually getting quite late in game. So that shows you sort of how long we've been working, although I seem to remember I didn't start the contracts till late because this is the same day as when I live streamed yesterday. So we were potato harvesting yesterday, and yeah, that was an adventure in itself. It was something. It seems to be I managed to pick the jobs that take the longest, and I think I'll live stream them, and then you end up absolutely shattered, losing the will to live because you're just doing the same things over and over again. And when it comes to like the potato harvest, you don't actually get that much of a reward for it. The one thing I'd say about baling is you get a fantastic reward for the effort that you put in. You know, because most of this field now is going to be putting money in my pocket because there's always some over. We've done a lot of fields, and everything that's left after this is mine. And I think what I may do is complete the contracts when we're done, because the wagon I'm collecting with is mine. So I don't actually think it matters if I send the tractors back. I'm just trying to think, is there anything I need to transport back to my farm? And I don't think there is. But the other consideration I had is that if baling is going to be one of the things that makes me a lot of money on this, and I'm going to have to do it, the logical step would be to buy some of the biggest equipment that I can get that will speed the job up. So that if it's silage, I can get the silage bales done very quickly. If it's not silage, if it's something else, if it's hay or grass, then you know, we can do that very quickly. I've noticed that none of the farms ever do foraging, which is a bit of a shame because that's something a little bit different than just wrapping up the bales and stuff like that. Not necessarily quicker, if I'm honest, but so I want to try and get all the ones at this end before the rest. So I think that we could be sitting on over 300,000, possibly up to 400,000, but I think that's been a bit ambitious by the end of these contracts, and by the end of this live stream. And you know, that will be the second time that we've been hitting the 500,000 mark in what it's 6 months, isn't it, in game? March you start, September we're in, so that will be quite impressive. It's beginning to get dark though, so we need to get a wriggle on with these. Surely these two are close enough that we can pick them both up at the same time. If I can stop the wagon, of course. So get these 5 up this end, and then the rest are all down at the bottom of the field, which is good because I won't have very far to go for them. Then I will have some grass ones to collect, but I think I might even do them in the morning when I can see them, because it's going to be very dark within the next sort of half hour and maybe an hour on the game. I'm not sure how quickly it goes dark on this particular map. I know in my Erlingrad one, when it gets to this sort of, you know, the sun sinking behind the horizon, it gets dark very quickly. And what's the bet? We got like 1 or 2 bales that don't fit on this. Almost guaranteed. I am loving this low loader though. It fits so many bales on, it's just unreal. It's missing that space again. So there we go. And look at that. We're going to fit them all on. So I haven't got to worry about that missing space this time. But had I not put that one on last time, we might have been struggling. Right, so is that it? Can't see any more white. That's such a bonus as well, it not being far to the shop. Can't believe that the other day when I did the silage bales, they were all to the north shop. And it was absolutely miles for most of the fields. Oh, nearly ran a deer over. Right, I need to stop so I can get so I can see. Nearly overshot it. Oh, it's not straightening up. Need to adjust my position again because I can't see again. Straight, 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 straight. Whack it round. Just about got that right. And away you go. There you go. We've already got 28,000 in bales up, and then I've crashed. Wow, look at that. I think we just basically had 80,000, certainly 75. Can I drive over that or not? No, is the answer. So I've got around it now. You have to watch when that trailer straightens up, it flicks the truck towards the far fence. So let's just have a look. Blocking the road. So on our contracts, I mean, how many contracts did I actually take on there? And there's masses of them, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. And look at some of them are in the 20 odd thousand each. So I think it's time to collect these. I'm just hoping No, I've got 2 fields that I haven't baled. I remember. Oh, I nearly forgot about them. So, why have you stopped? Oh, what's going on here now? So, nearest waypoint. Down you go. No logical reason. And that means that this guy now is going to be right on your tail all that time. So, I mean, I've got to set him up yet. That's the main thing. So, what he needs to do is forget his last one. No course. Move on to that. 31. Load course. Activate. Back. And let this windrow turn around. Make sure we're not in his way. And then they've at least got a thing between them. And what I might do also is just slow him down a touch. So he'll only run at 7 miles an hour. Oh, come on, windrow, you get yourself turned round. Or just keep going backwards. We don't care. Can't believe I nearly forgot to bail these up. I think I can collect the bales in the daylight tomorrow, but we need to do this before we complete the contracts. Otherwise, the fields will just remain cut but not baled, and we don't want that. And there's no point wasting this lot. You know, this hay might as well come to me rather than sit on the floor. Be a shame to waste it, wouldn't it? So I can see we've got a couple of people on. It's good to know that you're there, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Do say hello in the chat. It'd be great to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and go and have a check of some of my other videos too. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. A lot of effort's gone into them, and you know, for somebody who's such a newbie, I like to think that they're a reasonable standard for a new guy. I would never profess that they're going to be the best videos you'll ever see, but hopefully they'll provide a little bit of entertainment for you. I do my best, I really do. So we can just enjoy them without the thing now that we can see that they're going the right way. When it works, this course play is brilliant. It's just so many times I've had to, even in this, I've had some fields where I've ended up having to run the baler around the field because it just will not go the way that the windrow went. One of the biggest fields, unfortunately, for some reason, I loaded it up exactly the same way I've loaded this one up, but the tracks were running across the swaths that had been made by the windrower. So yeah, it just wasn't working. Very frustrating. And at the end of the day, it's I just realised we're literally working across the road from the farm. In fact, while these guys are working away, why don't I run through the bushes and take you across the road to see the farm before it gets too dark? Let's run a bit faster. Go on. So, obviously all this gear is gear that I haven't used during the course of the baling. There's loads of it. None of this is ours. It'll all disappear when we complete the contracts. The only thing that's ours is that whacking great trailer. It's part of the lorry. And this pickup over here is my pickup. Then we've got the carport, which is solar panelled. So up there, that's all solar panelled. I had to cut down a load of trees which we just piled up there one day when I wonder if a low loader would take them. It might do. I'll have to have a look when it gets daylight again. We've got the combine harvester. I mean, that is an amazing piece of kit. It holds so much in it as well that it really is useful. There we have the beehive. Sorry, the honey collecting from the beehives. What's this? Oh yeah, that's the header, obviously, for the combine. There's my fishing pond, which was the main attraction when I bought the land, so that I could have an evening go fishing. But obviously I haven't got time for that at the moment. I'll show you my chickens, but they won't be very happy because I haven't fed them for a month. So they're pretty hungry. They won't be very happy. Yep, so we've got 120 chickens in there. At some point I'm going to have to buy them some food, because grass obviously isn't enough for them. Fortunately, Farming Simulator, they can't die. So it's a good job really, because the way that I'm caring for them, they would be dead. Then we've got the beehive, which hopefully they're asleep, so I don't get stung because I'm not dressed for the occasion. And yep, so we're either going to buy this field, which you can't really see because it's going dark, or the field opposite. And if I just go onto the map to show you these two particular fields, this one is probably the biggest in an L shape, so that's quite useful. And it's basically less than 200,000. Let's see how they compare. In acreage, actually, the other one's bigger. That is just over 200,000. It may be that we can afford to buy them both, and if we can, then I think that would make sense. But I don't know. We'll have a think about it when we've got the money in the bank. If we get the land while we can, it'll mean that sooner or later I'll be able to concentrate on my own land instead of doing everybody else's dirty work. So then we've got the silo, which basically at the moment has nearly 500,000 litres of hay in it. Oh, bit of lag there. Don't know where that came from. But yeah, so that's the farm. It seems to be coming on nicely. Let's get back to where we were. So while they were baling up, I probably could have been collecting more bales if I run into something, because he's not moving. Oh. Yes, this is the trouble with not being able to see. I think there's a telegraph pole or something there, is there? I can't see because of the tree. Why are we not moving? Either way. Gonna have to get out and have a look. It is stuck. Right, there's nothing there. Nothing there. Oh. Uh-oh. Are we beached up or something? Or is there a sign underneath there? I can't see nothing. I wonder if that needs... Oh, that says unfold. So it can't be that. Let's just try rolling it back and getting a bit of momentum. Maybe it's just struggling to get over the curbs. That's it. That's what the problem was. So we'll head back to the yard with that, because in the morning we're going to need to go and collect all these bales up. Tell you what, I do a better job with the baler than this autonomous person. There's quite a lot left. I think I've driven past the house, have I? Where am I? I wasn't concentrating then, and I might have gone too far. Let's look, keep looking, keep looking. Yes, we're coming to a junction, which means that I missed a turning, I think. Oh no, wait there. 31 and 20 are still this way. We're right opposite 31, so we haven't gone past it. We're okay. When it gets dark, I get confused. Which, since I generally work late nights driving, that is not good. Yep, so here we go. It looks like we've had some form of collision with the baler and the windrow. Oh, I've just taken me post out again. Alright, we'll leave him there. We need to go and sort out these two. So, right. Why won't he give me the right guys? Where are they? Oh, it must have been them. So, H. Right, so that one is need to get control of the other guy, but it won't give him for some reason. So if we get him so that he's not pushing away, that would be quite useful. Right, so I thought I'd slowed him down enough, but obviously not. He's caught up with the windrower, which is a real pain. So what is all that suave he's basically missed there? So we now need that to the nearest waypoint. Do that and slow it down a bit, but it's getting really dark. So it's getting to the stage now where I'm going to have to use the go on, you can do it. So I've made him deliberately go really slow, just so that we can concentrate on the windrow getting to the end. Look at all that grass that he's missed. I'm telling you, you'd be sacked if it was real life. The baler obviously turns around a little bit easier than the windrow. So how are we doing? An hour and a half? This could be done with before the 2 hour mark. Oh, look at this. It's gonna happen again. I think what I'll do is go and pick some of this stuff that he's missed, which is quite a substantial amount, if we're honest. I think I'm gonna look into some of the baling mods and see whether there's anything that has a much wider pickup when it's baling. The other option is there's a windrow that drops it into a forager, and if we then dump the grass into a big pile and just let the balers pick it up in the pile, It's just whether the tractors get stuck or not is the issue with that, I suppose. So, right, so now the windrower, let me have it. You can go to the final field, which is just down the road. Let's have some lights so we can actually see what we're doing. And I think what we'll definitely do with this is make sure that the windrow is finished before we put the two together, because it's just causing issues. So, unfold. In fact, I don't need to do that because I can first waypoint, forget what you do before, no course, no headlands, generate course, open, start job. Then we need to go to there, create a new folder, windrow 2014.8. Okay. Save course and activate, and it's 20. That should do for that. Hopefully he will be getting on his merry way now, and we'll manually finish off this guy on this field, and then let him sort out the last field on his own. Hopefully, such a small field like that, he can do it without any problems. I highly doubt it. They find a problem in every field that they go in. But I haven't had to do all of the baling this time, which is something of a bonus. It'd be interesting to know what other streamers you've been listening to over the course of the last 24 hours. Because I'm sure I'm not the only guy who you tune into. I love loving the new series by Scruffed, where he's a farmhand. I'm absolutely loving that series. I am quite a way behind, so no spoilers in the chat. But yeah, I think his storylines are hilarious, and he's doing a great job. Really love him. I love the roleplay series. You know, just letting people use their imagination a little bit. It's really really good fun. Right, so we'll just drive to the end of here, and that will do for this field. Like I say, I assume the bales will still be here tomorrow. I'll come and collect them then. 98%. Seems a bit of a shame not to have 100. That looks like the job. That'll do. Get it over to the final field. It's the final countdown. Just what we need is to get it done. Right, so where's the first swap? Blooming trees always in the way. Right, so forget what you do before. That's what I'm pretty good at doing. We don't want any headlands. In fact, we don't even want to be on there. We want to be doing that, clicking on that, load course and activate. So now we can come back. We don't, well, it probably would be right anyway, but we want the first waypoint. And there we go. This is the final field. We'll get onto the windrow. One thing I've noticed today, which hasn't been happening, is when I've been watching over previous days, when I've been watching like the windrower or the mowers, they've not been putting down the rear of their instruments when you watch them. But when you don't watch them, they work fine. You're not bothering with that end piece. Okay. To be honest, I can't be bothered with it either. So. Yeah, so what wouldn't the two at the back, which if I could just get control of my mouse for a minute, these two at the back, if you were watching, wouldn't give me these two at the back with the wouldn't go down if you were watching it, and that seems to have stopped. So I don't know if there's been an update or something, but something seems to have fixed with it. But it was happening with them, and it was happening with the mowers. Anything that had a front and rear was a big issue, and obviously the windrows have got a front. I don't know what you'd call them, rowers, I suppose, since it's a windrower. But you'd, anything that's got front and back, only one half of it would work when you were watching it. But when you weren't watching it, it worked. The mower that we're going past, that had the same trouble. It was just really strange. I've got a feeling I've just run over this, and it's not on the field, so it won't even let me pick it up anyway. But never mind. So we'll be a rebel and park this in the middle of the road. Just because I can. There's no traffic, so what's it matter? And all we've got to do now is get this. Oh, I've forgotten. I limited him. Silly me. I limited him when he was chasing the windrower too fast. So never mind. We're okay now. It's all sorted. He'll be done in a jiffy. And then, as soon as he's done, we'll get to see the final figure of what has been a long, hard day's work. There's been a lot of chopping and changing involved, even doing the potato harvesting, and that has been, quite a lot going on at the same time. But now with it, we've done. I've forgotten how many contracts it was, but it was about 13 contracts, and what we've actually achieved in those contracts is about to be seen. We've already got a good 80,000-90,000 in the bank, more than when we started streaming, and we've got all bales to cash in tomorrow, which I'm not going to do on stream, but when they're all cashed in, I think that we could easily be looking at another 400,000 in total. For the second time in the whole thing, we'll have made it past 400,000 in a day's work, or 2 days' work. I think it might have been for the first 500,000. But I could have done more of the silage bales today. But obviously, with it going dark now, I wouldn't have made it in time. So I'm probably quite glad that I didn't. But if they're still available to do tomorrow, I'll do them tomorrow off stream. And yeah, we could be looking at quite a hefty sum of money, or certainly 2 pieces of land. So that's it, he's done. So he's got 78%. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't let us pick up that last swath that I've done. If I do that, it'll say that we're not on the thing, will it? Oh, no, it lower pickup, that's why it's not picking up. I think it... Now it's turned off. Oh, come on. I'm too tired for this. Don't play up. Yes, it's picking it up. So we might get one more bale out of it, which I'm sure will make all the difference. Always, when you're sort of like 70%, it's always worth trying to make up that extra bale. So that's it done. So we'll switch it off. We'll press that. That should dump it out. And now we can complete the contracts. So 163,000 with a bit of change. So look at this now. I love it. This is like the most satisfying part of the day for me. Just collect. Oh, where have we gone? My mouse has gone. That wasn't helpful. Try again. Collect. Last one. Collect. And then if they're still there tomorrow, I'll do them. There's nowhere near as many now, so that's not too bad. And let's have a look at the figure. 308. Oh, with the hay bales, we're going to crush 400,000 there. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, if we look at the farmland leasing page, which is always important to check. I can't remember what the numbers of the farmlands were, bear with me. So 32, 28, and let's chuck 33 in just in case. But they're the ones that we really want. And then it's 29, 30 and 31 across the road would also be fairly convenient. I've forgotten them already. My head. Wow. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That should be easy to remember. 28 to 32 is what we want to look at. It's the farmland, so it's a number on the left. So, yeah, they're all pretty much the same sort of value. Land on this particular map is extreme. It really is. So, yeah, the only reasonably cheap ones are tiny, so it's not really at the moment what we need to worry about. So yeah, what I think we'll do is if we bought the two alongside us, which I believe were 28 and 30, that would literally be all the money we've got now, bar about 10 grand. But it'll put us in a really good position. And if we did them other baling contracts tomorrow, then I think we'd be able to get the sheep that we've been after. Possibly be able to plant some crops. Although I don't think we're quite at planting season. Oh, we might get some wheat in. That's interesting. I think that's something that we might do. Is get some wheat and some barley on the go. And in those fields, and obviously we've been looking to get some sheep. So in one of the fields, we'll put the sheep. So that's the plan for tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do. I've settled on that now. We'll do the baling contracts. As soon as the baling contracts are done, it'll be then the case of we'll literally have till the end of that day to rent a planter and a tractor. We might have to keep a tractor from one of the contracts, and we'll plant some wheat and barley. I think that's what we're going to do. Just out of interest, we can't use the planter on from a contract, but I just wondered if there was any sort of planting jobs going. No. would have been handy because we'd have known that the tractor we were getting would definitely cope with seeding. So, but you can do it. You can run a farm without a tractor. So far, I've proved it. 6 months and lots of profit, and I've never owned a tractor at any point during this save. So I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Whether it was those of you who have been listening live, I really appreciate you. If you're watching it after the event, I want to say thank you very much as well. And like I say, please make contact. Give me a like, subscribe, put a comment in. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Whatever you want to say, just let me have a bit of feedback. But thank you very, very much for listening to this crazy Englishman just ramble on as he goes about his work. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks a lot. Bye now. Oh, what an amazing sunset. See you tomorrow, guys.